We are getting ready to share today's episode of Quarantrain Your Dog with you guys out there. And we understand that Friday's episode had some difficulty with the sound. It was a little bit windy out here in the hill country in Dripping Springs. So it was really important information. And we want to make sure that you got it and that you can use it. So we are going to review the things we talked about on Friday with a brand new video. So right now we're giving folks a chance to sort of get settled. Make sure your dog is watching with you because they will pick up on this. And right now Sky is chilling with us and we will be getting started pretty soon. Today it's fun fundamentals. So these are sort of the heroes of having a successful relationship with your dog. We're going to talk about potty training. A lot of people will use the term toilet training, which is funny to me. This is Sherry because they're not using a toilet and they're not going to an actual bathroom. They're typically going to the grass, but we're going to call it potty training because there's no perfect term for that. And after that, we're going to be talking about ways to acclimate your dog to a crate. And crates are so important when you are at work or you have a new animal in the house and you don't want to give it free rein yet, or your dog just needs a chance to chill. It's like their little wolf den and they can take a break from all the stimulation and think about what they've been learning and just chill a little bit. They can't sit through Instagram like we do, so hanging out in their crate for a minute is a chance for them to do that. So I'm going to bring you back to one of our crowd favorites, trainer Taylor Swift. Taylor Smith. I know, you can tell what I've been doing. And Sky is not looking at me, which I deserve for messing up Taylor's name. So Taylor Smith, tell us what inspires you to write your songs?
Taylor Swift is like, a long-lost cousin of mine.
That's right. Okay, Taylor Smith, take it away.
Taylor Swift here. So we're going to talk about potty training. Now, since quarantine has started happening about a month and a half ago, a lot of people are stuck at home and people have now been available to foster and adopt dogs during this time. So those numbers have increased and shelters are almost empty, almost not everywhere. So we just wanted to talk about potty training because that's really big when you adopt a dog from the shelter or a rescue group, or you get a brand new puppy that has no potty training foundation. So first, you want to establish a reward history outside. So when you first get your puppy or your adoptable dog, shelter dog, every time you go outside and they take a pee or a poop, you want to reward them with a treat, something high value. Say, yay, good boy, good girl, whatever. Let them know, yes, this is what I want you to do out here in this environment. Because if you do it inside, there's soiling their space where they're going to hang out and play and chill with you. We don't want them doing it in the house. So rewarding them outside will establish a history, which means they will continue to do that and that will become more of a habit.
So you're saying you reward them for going for peeing or going poo-poo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we want to treat them. Now, one of the things that will happen is there will be mistakes. So there will be accidents that happen, and that's okay. That's part of potty training. So when an accident happens, you go, oh no, and try to lead them to go outside. We don't want to punish them. We don't want to rub their nose in their pee or poop. We don't want to do anything negative because they don't know any better. And they're just learning how to do potty training.
Two kinds of accidents. One is where you walk in and you already see something's happened, like there's already pee-pee or poo-poo. And the other is you see them in the middle of it doing that. Can you talk about those, how to handle each of those?
Sure. You've seen an accident happen already. Too late. You can't really do anything about it. They've forgotten about it. So clean it up and go on about your day. Now, if you catch them in the middle of doing it, I know most people have a reaction when that happens. I guess that's okay. It's a human reaction that we all have. Oh no, don't do it. You can, but then sometimes that also scares the dog in the middle of doing it. So sometimes I would recommend, especially if your dog is a puppy or a small dog, pick up that dog and run outside if you can. If it's a big dog, try to redirect him to go outside, or you could just let him finish. Either way, it depends on how big the dog is and if they can stop what they're doing in the middle of it and get outside in time. So it's going to be up to you on what your dog can
And
do.
I see Cheryl is watching and Jen is watching. Thank you very much. And I understand that if you're really hard on your dog when you discover that it's gone to the bathroom in your house, it just teaches the dog to be afraid of you. And they'll still go to the bathroom in the house, but they'll hide from you. So
Right.
it's counterintuitive, but we are not fussing at them for making mistakes.
Right. Yeah. So positive training is doing a reward history with them outside. That's what we're really big on. Accidents will happen, so try to prevent mistakes. Another thing to look for in the house is if you notice your dog sniffing the floor more so than usual, be restless, going from room to room. That might be an indication of them needing to find a place where they can go and soil themselves. That's an opportunity for you to say, oh, maybe they need to go outside, and let them outside. So it's going to be your responsibility to be aware of what your dog is doing in the house. It's not just your dog's responsibility. You are the owner, so remember that. Now, there will be some cases where people will not realize there may be a medical problem going on. So we want to rule out all the wrong options. So if your dog is going in the house more than usual, like it's not an accident, there's something else going on. Your dog can have a urinary tract infection. It could have some other problems like worms, especially for young puppies. Puppies tend to have worms, and that's something you want to keep an eye out for if they do defecate inside the house. So keep watch of how much your dog is going inside and try to keep track of that. Now, the last thing we want to talk about is watch for patterns and indications that they need to go. Again, that's what I was saying about sniffing, going to the door, going from room to room, or even just looking at you every so often, maybe a subtle way of them telling you that they need to go. So it's up to you to watch that. Now, this is just a basic foundation that you can do in terms of potty training for your puppy or your new shelter dog.
I know here we feed them on a schedule. Can you talk about leaving food out for them all day versus measuring the food and giving it to them at the same time every day? Mm-hmm. How can that help you?
So we feed our dogs on a schedule twice a day. Most of our dogs do. I know some people just like to feed their dog and leave the food out all day. Some dogs are grazers. They don't eat right away, and that's fine. But sometimes it's not always best to leave food out all day because that doesn't help them establish a regular routine of going to the bathroom. Now, that's great that you brought that up, Sherry. I'm glad you did, because that reminds me, remember to take your dog out 30 minutes after your dog has eaten. It's breakfast or dinner. They usually have to go. Now, if they do not go to the bathroom, I would say, and you know they need to go to the bathroom, I would say put them in the crate for 15 minutes, give them a little break to settle down, and then take them outside and try again. Always use the crate or tether them if you're not sure that they need to go and they still haven't gone to the bathroom. Now, another thing too is watch how much water they're taking in as well. So if you're doing like a small play group, if you have a dog's friend come over and play with your dog, watch how much water they're drinking, and they're going to be so caught up in play mode that they may go inside the house. So watch for that. Take them outside. Sometimes take them outside one at a time, because once they go outside and play with each other, they may forget to go to the bathroom. So make sure you see your dog go to the bathroom before you bring him back inside. So watch how much water you're giving them. Try to have a rigid schedule of feeding them at the same time every day, so you know that their bathroom schedule is on point. Use the crate to your advantage to really limit accidents in the house, especially with puppies.
And now that it's going to be getting into the warmer time of the year, how late should you leave water out for them at night?
I would say between 7 and 8 p.m. It depends on what time you go to bed as well. So if you go to bed early because you get up early, try to limit it an hour, 2 hours before you go to bed. Take them out 30 minutes before you actually go to bed. So you know they're good and tell you how to get up in the morning.
And if you're really worried, you can leave them an ice cube or something in their crate, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. That's a very small amount of water, so that's definitely an option.
So it's basically what goes in is what comes out, so put it on a schedule.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you for joining us on the potty training schedule. And please comment down below if you have any questions, any specific questions or concerns. We're now going to turn over to Susan with Avery to talk about crating and crate games.
Hi everybody, how are you doing? I bet you have been at home a lot in the last 6 weeks, and there's a tendency to not want to use the crate, but think of the crate as their bedroom, and you need to give your dogs breaks. Your dogs probably need breaks from you. They're like, why are you home so much right now? So Avery and I are going to show you a few tips about the crate. It should be like a nice little bedroom. Okay, I wanted to mention, we don't really actually do this for our dogs here, but my personal dogs have to have a bedding, or else they won't settle down. A lot of dogs prefer bedding. I will tell you, our labs here, what we found out, they're more likely to chew it up or push it over and make it into a pillow, and they just don't use it. So we don't use it around here. But I want my dog to love going in its crate. So what I do with my personal dogs is I like to use, it's a towel, or it can be an old sheet or a comforter, and I crumple it up, and whenever I leave, whenever we come out of the crate, I leave kibble in there, I shut the door, and now my dog can't wait to get it. You can see Avery can't wait to get in there. So I'm gonna let her finish that off. Okay, that's what I want it to look like.
So you've got treats on top of the towel?
And then in all the, I have the towel all kind of scrunched up, so they have to look for it. There might be some in the little folds and things. Okay, so obviously she's really had no problems going in there. There's a few still, I think, in there. Incidentally, I'm going to go ahead and mention, if I'm leaving my dog in the crate and maybe I'm going to go watch TV or work in the garden, let this be the time that your dog chews on a nice bone. These bones are awesome. These are big old knuckle bones, or you may be long bones, but they're very greasy. If you've got any carpet, let this be the place where they get that. So they look forward to going into their crate.
Now, she is still on her leash. Is that the way we're supposed to do it at home?
Because I'm going to show you, if I let her out right now, there's a chance she's going to run around the room. But this is actually a fun exercise. If you go, oh my gosh, we've been working all day, I need a change, we need to do a little something. This is something you can do really quickly. So, one thing we do, you notice I didn't really mind what she did before she went in. I don't require a sit. I do want to sit her down before my dog comes out of the crate. Avery, sit. Yes. Nice thing about these wire crates is I can reward from above. I like that she stayed so far back there. Good girl. Very nice. And I don't mind if it goes on in there. But what I do mind is when I open the door, this is going to also be a preparation for when we go out, get out of the vehicle, go outside, go through other doors. So this is, to me, it's a very important one and something you can practice every day. Okay, sit. Good job. Sit. Very nice. All right, so I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 8, let's say, and I'm going to change it up each time. And that is how long the door will be open after, how long before I invite the dog out after I've opened the door. Avery, sit. Good job. Her reward now is going to be to come out. I'm going to pick the number 3. So once the door is open, counting 3, and then I invite her out. Avery, good job. Yay! Now one thing I like to do is go ahead, and her reward is going to come from going back inside. So we're going to play a little game where we go back and forth and back and forth. Okay, also note when I let her out, she does not need any more door than this. If my dog, especially when I'm first starting out, decides to come out, one thing I'm going to do is close the door. And some people go, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit him on the nose. Like, no, you notice she was sitting in the middle of the crate. Avery, sit. Good job. So if I see her getting up once I open the door, and she starts coming through the door before I invite her, I'm just going to close the door. So it's its own consequence. It's a natural consequence. This time I'm going to pick the number 4. So I open the door. This is all the room she needs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So notice this is a safety issue. I open door, and it's not that she comes out because the door is opening. That's what so many people do, and it's so unsafe. Okay, so this is probably actually more than 4. Avery, close. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and I like to, again, reward her for, in the crate for coming out of the crate. So
Susan, if the dog's been in there a while, obviously without its leash, can you show us how to get the leash on it?
Okay, good point.
Because obviously we don't want them to chew on a leash when they're hanging out in the crate.
Yes. Okay, so she's enjoying her time. The door's open. She can come out if she wants. What I want my dog to know is she needs to ask permission. Avery, I know there's more in there. I'm sure there is. Next time when she comes out, I'm going to take the towel out. Avery, I'm busy. Sit. Okay, so you notice she's back, so even if I have to close the door, she's not going to get hit in the nose if I see her going ahead of time. She's doing an awesome job. Avery, close. It's inviting her out. I would like her to come close to me. I'll show you why in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and take this towel out. Again, for the labs, these dogs here, we almost never use them. Okay, see, she can't wait to get back in there. Okay, so we're putting her in for a break. Good job. I may have some again. I usually have kibbles in there and probably have a bone. So now I leave. I come back. How do I put my leash on? So what I like to do is I slip through, and I can usually reach over the crate door.
Let me get on your other side. Okay, and you're blocking the crate with your body, the door.
I am. So notice I'm reaching my arms in so she can't get out, and if she tried to, all I have to do is this. So I'm reaching, and actually over time, even if you have a long-haired dog, I can feel for the collar and the ring, and I put it on, and now I start over. A lot of times when our dogs come out, we're going to actually put the head halter on, but I'm going to do that after she comes out. Sit. I'm going to pick the number 2. I always pick a number. This is just a good habit to get into. Good girl. Close. Good girl. Sit. Awesome. So you notice this is when I would be putting any other, like if she had a harness or a head halter, that's when I would be putting that on. So I can reward her there, but I also like to reward her. So as I mentioned, if we were going to do something, I would leave something ready for her. Close the door. Excuse me, there we go. Okay, one other note with these crates. Inside. Some of us get kind of lazy and only latch the top. If you're leaving for any amount of time or leaving the room, I would always do the bottom one also. I've seen many dogs, believe it or not, can get out of this.
So there's the top one, and I want to say hi to Caroline Gray. She's a longtime supporter of service dogs, and hi to Melissa Melton joining us, and thank you. Avery is a good girl.
Yes, she is.
Hi, Jessica. Jessica's saying that Avery is doing a great job, and Sky over here has just been chilling because he's also a star pupil.
Good. One other thing I do, because some of these really pretty crates are black and they're kind of hard to see, and if it's in my bedroom, I may not notice. So when I shut it, I always do a test. Because I don't know how many times to this day that I thought I shut it, I was in a hurry, like, wow, my dog comes strutting in to meet me in the living room. So that's another good tip to keep in mind.
And I see that Avery's pretty much wagging her tail in there. So we don't use crates for punishment.
No, it's like maybe like just a little, as much as anything to give a break from you, because they've been with you all the time. It should be a good place for them to be. So, good job. Okay, we hope you enjoyed that. If you have any other questions about crates, there's so much I can say about them. Let us know. And that's what we've got today. So I hope you enjoyed our quarantine, and we'll see you again on Wednesday.
Fantastic. And if you guys are able to donate, we really appreciate it. And I'm glad that Ruby, who's Caroline and Dylan's dog, is benefiting from the things you guys have learned here. Everything we do here is based on giving the dog its best life. And thank you so much for helping us turn strays into stars. And we'll see you Wednesday, 2 o'clock Central Time for Quarantrain Your Dog.